Alright, I'm Matt and I'm back with Fallout 4, where... I don't remember what we did last time. Maybe... Oh yeah, we did some stuff for the railroad last time. And as said, that this time we're gonna check out Malden Center. However, I went and picked up Nick Valentine as my companion, replacing Piper. And I have to say, there was a bit of talking. Nick admires me, so he started giving me his backstory. And I decided to check out the detective case files, which, yeah, gives me 2 files at least. I realize now I didn't check the terminal in Nick's office, so there could be more. But the first 2 should do me for a while. I'm just gonna cut in the the conversations with Nick and the case file info right here, and then we'll take care of the first one.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own. A synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things, Well, things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
Well, I guess that's Nick's backstory.
Nick's not the type to turn someone away, but he's only one person. So sometimes things just pile up.
It's good to be back in Diamond City.
Nick,
Time to hit the road?
let's head out.
Well, all right.
So, any stories you two come across out there? I get the exclusive, right?
Piper, I wouldn't know who else to tell.
Always a trail to be followed.
Okay, Valentine admires me.
I think we ought to talk.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. But my memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
Well, that explains that holotape that we found before.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. A local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. And it's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. Should probably head out.
Okay, so we've got Nick's full
We're open
backstory
for
now.
business again. Thanks so much for all your help.
Now, there was... Ooh, there's a technical document. We need those. What's that? Marty Bullfinch
The Marty
case.
Bullfinch case. Marty was Nick's partner. Emphasis on the was. He must have been some kind of desperate to come to us for help after all this time.
Well, Marty and I never exactly saw eye to eye. Mostly because he was usually passed out on the barroom floor.
Aw, come on, Nick. Think of the good times.
What, quit?
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. If you see him, tell Marty I say, hey, where's my 20 caps, you old lech? Also, hi.
Guess she's gonna feel a bit bad if he's dead. Just a bit though. Crap. Wasn't what I wanted. Anyway. Case: Earl Sterling's disappearance. Client: Vadim Bobrov. Another disappearing actor on Revel. Earl Sterling, 25-year-old bartender at a dugout inn. One of the owners, Vadim Bobrov, noticed that Earl hadn't been into work for a few days. Security was called in, no investigation of course. The Institute took him as the unofficial word about town, like always. Vadim came into my office half drunk with a sob story about how he and Earl went way back and that he just can't believe that Earl would get snatched up by the boogeyman. My gut says he's right. Earl didn't have any enemies, at least none with motive enough to kill the guy. Not living with anyone either, so I'll have to see if Vadim or someone else at the dugout has his keys. I'd rather not have to explain to security why I was picking the lock on Earl's door if I slip up and get caught in the act. Okay.
The Earl Sterling case. Apparently Earl just up and disappeared one day. No one's seen him since.
I've been meaning to put Earl's case to bed for a while now. Glad you're up for it. So, what's your take on the case, Ellie?
On Earl? Well, he didn't have any enemies, that's for sure. Someone would have to notice your life.
Earl didn't exactly have the charisma to inspire any crimes of passion. What's that leave us?
I don't know, Nick. It can't be the Institute, right?
I guess we'll just have to see.
You know, I always got the sense Earl was interested in me. Figures he'd be the one to run off.
And the other thing we have is... where is it? Oh, should be around here. Should be... Marty's holotape. M as in Marty Bullfinch's holotape.
Dickie, you old bucket of bolts, it's Marty. I know it's been a while, but I came across a little mystery I thought might get your circuits firing. You remember that ugly grasshopper statue on top of Faneuil Hall? Turns out it's got a note in it. A note written by the son of one Shem Droud. I don't expect that name means anything to you, but the guy was a coppersmith. Way back when folks did shit like that. Apparently, this note leads straight to the old guy's stash. I don't know what's in it, but I'd sure like to know if it's still there. I'm gonna go do a little recon on the hall. If you decide you want to get the team back together, you let me know.
So, we've got 2 detective quests. That works. Right, so that leaves us at this point. We're gonna visit Vadim Bobrov, see if maybe he can tell us or give us the key for Earl's house.
One knew Earl better than these folks. Ought to ask around, see what people know.
So this is going to be a quite talky episode after my missing 2 episodes. Or, yeah, 2 days. Because this year started a little different than I expected it to.
Drinks! The finest liquor moonshiners can brew right here.
Earl Sterling used to work here, right?
Poor Earl. Gone just like that. Such a good bartender. Good friend. Oh, terrible with women, mind you. Bull in china shop with them. You with Valentine's detective agency? I forgot to drop off Earl's key when I hired you people. Here, I hope you find out what happened. Security does nothing but yell at me for asking about it. I got a bar to run. Let me know if you want something.
You staying out of trouble?
You are checking up on me? I love it. Now, do not worry. I have cut ties with anyone who might try to kill me over debts. All is well, friend. Relax.
Not right now.
You sure? Ah, well.
Okay, we've got Vadim, or we've got the key from Vadim, so... Journal, I may have to activate this actually. So... yeah, I thought so. Let's try to find Earl, or Earl's house at least.
Whatever it is, leave me out of it.
And there we go.
I'll start in here. Why don't you check out the living room? Must be some hint where that boy ran off to. You know, for all the talk, I'd put the chances of this being an Institute snatch job somewhere between 0 and none. Just think about it. Earl Sterling, local assistant bartender? Why not nab the bartender himself? Lord knows Vadim samples his own wares enough that some weird behavior wouldn't make anyone bat an eyelash.
We've got a surgery receipt. Oh! Dr. Crocker, resident surgeon. 1 reconstruction surgery, facial. Procedure to be performed upon clearance of final installment payment. Patient Sterling, Earl. That looks...
Receipt from the Mega Surgery Center, huh? Wonder what the good doctors have to say about that. Well, ain't that a blast from the past?
Got a feeling that Earl isn't gonna need that stuff anymore. Ooh. Quite the smoker. How about we nick all his cigarettes? Nick, what are you doing with that trash can? Right, so... Netherways? Surgery is there.
Just stop, okay? We got our own problems.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you with them. Oh! Hello, doctor.
Let's get you examined right away. Time is not on the side of the surgeon.
Do you know anything about this receipt?
Let me see. This is Dr. Crocker's deplorable handwriting, all right. Looks like Earl Sterling was one of his patients. The procedure noted here is mundane. Low-risk cosmetic work. Dr. Crocker never performed it, however. Said Earl vanished before he paid. Now, let's get back to talking about your medical needs.
Where is Doc Crocker?
I'm a doctor, not a secretary. I'm sure he'll be around eventually. Anyway, we should get back to your immediate medical requirements.
Not now.
Fine.
So... heh.
Hey, who wants to look beautiful? Hairstyles from across the Commonwealth.
Blood pack.
Prescriptions filled. High quality.
Tracks of blood? What?
Right
Ooh!
here.
There's an awful lot of blood leading into the surgery center basement. Should try and find a way down there.
Yeah, maybe not during the day though. Because, you know. Solomon's house. Nope. Home plate.
Care cares about you. All your medicinal needs.
Hub of trade for all
Word of
diamonds
advice?
right here.
Never call your mother a simp unless she really is one. Yikes.
Okay. This way I'd be hidden. Let's try it. Oh, come on.
Yes.
Hehehe.
Earl, you've really been a handful, you know. But I think we're just about done. Our little mistake is finally going to be corrected. Oh, naughty, naughty. You're not supposed to be down here, but that's okay. I can fix that. I can fix anything.
What did you do to Earl Sterling, Doctor?
What did I do? I didn't do anything. It was Earl. It was Earl who didn't want to be happy. Good patients get a nice, new face. Bad patients bleed all over the floor because they want to screw up their surgeon's life!
So you were performing surgery, and Earl didn't make it. Is that it?
I, might have had just a bit of jet before operating. So I nipped a few arteries I shouldn't have. Who hasn't? But I'm a problem solver, you see. I knew if Earl disappeared, everyone would just think the Institute took him.
Why would people think the Institute took Earl Sterling?
That's what they do. That's what they've always done. As long as there's no body, everyone just assumes. And that's why Earl's body needs to go away.
So that's what you were doing? Cutting Earl's body up?
You can't just get rid of 200 pounds of cadaver without attracting attention. Fortunately, the butcher shop is close by. If their trash pile just happens to have an extra box of rotten meat every week, who would think to look too closely?
You really think you can get away with this?
Get away with this? Don't you know who I am? I'm Doc Crocker. Doc Crocker never does anything wrong. And once this is all over, no one will have any reason to question that.
You've killed a man, Doctor. You're going to pay for it. Put the gun down and come with me.
And let's not do anything rash.
No. No one can find out. No one can find out!
I hope you were smarter than this. Need help.
What's going on here? Is that Dr. Crocker? I think you owe me an Where are you going? I'm reporting this! God, look at this mess.
Hey, Doc.
You should go. This is my surgery. I'll be the one to set this right.
Okay.
Doing them much good at this point.
Gonna leave the rest. So we've got it drugged.
We can't blame ourselves. That man decided to die.
Yep. Well, we've got us a dog who liked to perform surgery on Jet. Not a good idea. Ooh!
No loitering.
Open notice to anyone with a gun and some ambition. Radar activity is on the rise near Andrew Station. They have money, gear, supplies, everything stolen from honest, hardworking people. Keep what you kill, no other reward given. Why not?
Ayaswara, the game changer!
Oh, right. And we need to talk to Ellie.
Don't walk outside the wall undefended. High quality protection for sale.
Shopping right here.
I guess we ought to give her the news.
So, you two find out where Earl Sterling ran off to?
Why was I looking for Earl Sterling again?
Well, to help the folks down at the dugout inn get some closure about their friend, for one. That, plus a pile of caps when it's all said and done.
Okay, I was hoping that recap would recap what we did, but yeah.
Earl never went anywhere. Doc Crocker killed him during a botched surgery.
Crocker killed Earl? Gone as long as he was, I figured maybe Raiders or the Institute, but Crocker? Where's the doc now? Rotting in a cell, I hope.
Well, he's rotten somewhere.
Somewhere? What do you... Oh. Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Here, take this. Sounds like you earned it. I'll send word along. Let everyone down at the dugout inn know what happened. Shame it couldn't be better news. Thanks again for closing this one out.
Oh. Yeah, that explains why I didn't check out the terminal in the office, because there is no terminal in the office. Huh. Would you look at that? or at that not being there. You know what I mean? Wait, no, there was a there isn't. Okay. Fine. Come on. I want to stay downstairs. Thank you.
If you don't live here, you ain't nobody. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, pal. I like guns too. But you think you might be overcompensating there?
What, with my little pistol? I don't think so. Also, Doc Crocker's house needs to, or has to be somewhere. If I can figure out how... I was about to say Megaton, but
Relax with some cams.
what's the word? Diamond City is the name.
Yeah?
Gotta figure out how Diamond City works. Science Center. I expected Dr. Crocker's house to be somewhere. But it's not here. Can we get the local map somehow? Doesn't look like it. That kinda sucks. Oh, R. How about R? There we go. Science Center. Dr. Soon's house, warehouse, Earl Sterling's house, home plate, Solomon, surgery center, Latimer residence, dugout inn. Okay, it seems to have bugged out. Diamond City radio. Could have sworn. Meat locker. Holly's house. Chapels. No. Huh. Weird. Oh well.
What?
Guess there is no such
Prescriptions, Bill.
thing as
Child kidnapped.
Yes.
Father raised dangers of the Commonwealth to find missing son.
right. Guess there's no such thing as a house for the doctor. Oh well. Cook residence, Colonial Tap House, Latimer, Codman residence. Nope. Kellogg's house, we've been there. Right, one more thing I want to check. Okay, I'm doing good on inventory. What I'm going to do is fast travel to the General Atomics Galleria, and the next time we're actually moving down here, past Dark Hollow Pond, to find any trace of Prince Evaldi, and then head on over to the Malden Center to recover the haptic drive and search for the recon team. That's alright. So that's where we'll pick up next time. And until then, thank you and good night.